I'm the president and CEO of Aegion Corporation. By my background is I'm a chemical engineer and MBA, and I've run, this is my fourth infrastructure business, but I'm also a techie, like self-proclaimed techie. I love technology that can make stuff happen and work in the real world. I work in the nuts and bolts infrastructure world. And so that's kind of why I'm here talking with Alex. And just a little bit about Aegion. It was a publicly traded company. Our core service is repairing old pipelines, basically a trenchless repair, meaning we don't dig up the streets. We have a very interesting solution to line pipes and repair them. And what we do is we save water, we fix infrastructure that's up to 50, 60, 100 years old. We save over 1 billion gallons of water a year just in leaks and repairs that we do. And there's just a long way to go. There's another $100 billion to spend just in a segment of what we do. So when we took the company private, part of the thesis was it was a great company, had an interesting technology. In situ form, which is a brand of Aegion, actually invented this technology 25 years ago, but hadn't been the same kind of level of tech investment in the company. We saw that as a real opportunity. So that's where we are now. And 2 years in, we see that stuff starting to hit the ground and make a real difference. And just great partnering with you, Alex, and your team.
What I love about what Aegion does is that it doesn't it doesn't have necessarily the overt glitz, that some things do, but to us it's incredibly exciting because it's something the water infrastructure is something that literally every human being on the planet relies on every day, and there's nothing more cool than that. As a large scale infrastructure services firm, maybe you can just chat for a couple of minutes about both the challenges and opportunities in running a massive firm like you do, and some of the opportunities that you see for AI to help address some of those challenges and opportunities.
Yeah, and like you say, we are definitely not Hollywood, but we have our Hollywood moments, and all over the world as I've operated in infrastructure, it's a lot of fun, and it feels good to make a difference in things that make a difference to everybody's life. Like literally every human on the planet needs water, and it feels good to wake up every day doing something like that. So AI and technology in general for infrastructure, it may be a little counterintuitive, but not at all. Like all of what I've done in my past, again, this is the third or fourth company but it underlies all the major challenges of what I do. And there's really 6 things that matter in any company, especially infrastructure, but it's safety, it's quality, it's productivity, talent management, and people, making people happy about their jobs and feeling proud about their jobs. And then, of course, supply chain, which we've all felt recently, but even more exacerbated, and doing the supply chain work in a sustainable way. A whole other challenge that's a good one. But so all of this, the solutions to this, there's a lot of things to get right, but technology for me is always it underlies all of it. Technology makes people like their jobs better. We're replacing difficult jobs that can have safety risks, and they're repetitive jobs with robots. So people are doing higher added value tasks, and we're hiring people, we're growing, we're not getting smaller as a result of that, we're getting bigger as a result of that because we're going to operate better, smarter and faster. And again, it's just all of like my DNA is around technology and how it enables the company. So it's a big deal, Alex. It's kind of in my DNA, I guess. So, but hopefully that answers a bit about how tech enables the management and growth of a company like this.
It's a common misconception, I think, in AI that it's going to just take away jobs. Again, just on one little comment on something that you said there is that it's amazing that it when you really get down to brass tacks, like the work that we're doing together, you have a chance to improve productivity and efficiency, do that in a safer manner, do it in a more sustainable manner. All of that unlocks the ability to make the world better by servicing more customers with a better service, and that enables growth and all the rest of it too. But that's awesome. If you would, it'd be great if you could chat for a minute about what it's meant. Why did you select to partner with BrightAI, and what the experience has been like working with us?
I got to really compliment you and your team, Alex, because it's difficult to assemble a group of people that both have the technical ability to do like programming and software and like dreaming about what the art of the possible is and what can happen. I mean, that's one necessary piece of the puzzle. But the other piece of the puzzle is how do you actually operationalize that? How do you actually build the robot? It is not trivial, right? There's robots that you can look on YouTube and they'll do cartwheels and walk a balance beam, but if you move the balance beam 1 inch, the thing falls on its head. We need real, robots, and they're simpler, they're small. The process we have is executable by the robot itself without falling off the balance beam. And how do you build the algorithms to do that? How do you build the mechanical, electrical, all the things that go into making that actually work in the real world? And BrightAI's got a unique combination of both the dreamy side of it, like what is the art of the possible? Can we do this? And then the ability to actually engineer it and bring it to life, and stick this thing in a pipe in the ground and watch it go. So that's an exciting journey. It's a unique set of skills, and partnering up with my team set of skills, I think we're really fortunate, frankly, to have remarkable talent around this and actually get something done we may not repopulate Mars, but we'll get pipes fixed, within a scale of a couple of years and actually operationalize some really cool technology together.
We try to live without ego, and we know I've been proud to have some of the best technologists in the world working for BrightAI, but what we don't know is the particular industries, and we're all curious learners and have that as a sort of a value in the company. And it's just been amazing to work with you and the passion you bring to the business and the specific, domain experience and all the rest of it. And it's been a really magic combo, because we know that you can't even with the gritty real world experience, you can't operationalize the technology without the scale and sort of experiences that you've had to bring it all together in the real world. So it's been a great combo.
One of the things we talked about before, Alex, was just the nature of how we work together. And I use this word boundaryless, like it's one team, and it's easy to say that. It can be sort of a patronizing kind of statement, but to actually implement that and really have transparency and truly have teams sitting together, it's really encouraging to see pictures of folks like literally on the other side of the pond in France working with our robotics supplier, and all of these guys sitting around the table to send us pictures, and they're having a great time working as one unit, one team, and getting more done in a week than would get done in 6 months otherwise, because we're really literally working as one. So I really appreciate that about BrightAI.
Maybe as one last thing, it'd be great if you could, share some perspective. What would your advice be to others in considering BrightAI's services?
It's a lot of what I was just talking about in terms of that teamwork. Like, it's one thing for a team, like it can get conflicted a bit with the internal goals. If you look at things, you have to have enough smattering of the dreaminess of the art of the possible, combined with enough commitment to work together to get things done, and versus easy to end up in supplier vendor type relationships which are just, this is not that kind of thing. This is real, a real combination of folks that live every day getting stuff done, and folks that live every day thinking about the art of the possible, and making sure that those teams can work together and spend the time to help them know that the leadership, like me, believe in it. I show up at those meetings. I watch the robots go in. We all go to dinner together. It's an emotional and like psychological and passion commitment that needs to be there. This is not something you outsource and like hope it works. This is something to be deeply engaged in. And that's what's making it. I feel like that has a big impact, both your engagement, Alex, and mine.
I think that's really superb advice. And it's also what makes it fun in the process too. So we get the chance to build some cool things together and make positive change in the world. So thank you. Thanks you so much for everything that you've done in our partnership, Rob.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you. This has been a lot of fun, and more fun to happen, more fun to go.